It was a quiet Thursday night, and I was working my usual shift delivering pizzas. Nothing exciting ever happened, but I needed the money. Then I got this weird order where the instructions said, "Deliver within 30 minutes. Use the side road past the old gas station." Great, just great. I didn't have time to waste, but I thought, whatever. A tip is a tip. I grabbed the pizza, hopped into my old car, and drove off as I followed the GPS. The road got narrower and darker. I passed the old gas station with its flickering neon sign. I swear I saw someone inside staring at me, but I didn't stop. I didn't want to. The GPS took me onto a dirt road. It was awful, bumpy, and surrounded by creepy trees. My headlights barely lit up the path, and everything felt wrong. Finally, I saw the house. It was run down and spooky, like one of those haunted houses you see in movies. The porch looked ready to collapse, and the windows were pitch black. I checked the address again. Yep, this was it. I grabbed the pizza and walked to the door. The air smelled weird, like old wood and metal. I knocked, and the sound was so loud in the quiet, it gave me chills. After a while, the door creaked open a little. A man peeked out. His eyes were red, and he looked tired, or maybe sick. "You're on time," he said in this scratchy voice. Yeah, that'll be $22.50, I said, trying to sound normal. The guy grabbed the pizza but didn't pay me. Instead, he opened the door wider and said, "Come inside. I'll get your money." Oh no, no way was I going in there. I shook my head. "It's fine. You can bring it out here," I said quickly. He just stared at me, not blinking. It was so awkward. Finally, he nodded and shuffled back inside. Leaving the door open, I stood on the porch, waiting. The wind made the porch creak, and it felt like the trees were watching me. I glanced at my watch. The guy was taking forever. "Hey," I called, knocking again. "You got my money or what?" Nothing. Not a single sound. I sighed. This was so annoying. "Hello," I called again. Still nothing. I felt this weird knot in my stomach. Against my better judgment, I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The house smelled even worse inside, like something wet and rotten. The hallway was dark and cramped, and the wallpaper was peeling. "Sir," I called out, my voice echoing. No answer. I walked farther in, toward some faint rustling sounds. My footsteps felt loud, like the house was listening to me. The living room had a dusty couch and a table covered in papers. Nothing else. Then I saw him in the kitchen. He was standing by the counter with his back to me. The pizza box was on the table, still closed. Sir," I said. My voice sounded small. The man turned around so slowly, it gave me goosebumps. His face was blank, like he wasn't even there. He reached into his pocket and pulled out some cash. He handed it to me without saying a word. I quickly counted it, exact change. "Thanks," I said, trying to keep calm. I turned to leave, but then I kicked something on the floor. I looked down and froze. It was a roll of duct tape and some zip ties. Next to them was a saw. The floor had dark, dried stains all over it. My heart started pounding. "What's all this?" I asked, my voice shaking. The man smiled. It wasn't a normal smile. It was slow and creepy. "Just some projects I've been working on," he said. I didn't wait to hear more. I backed up slowly, then bolted for the door. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely get the car keys out of my pocket. I jumped into my car, locked the doors, and started the engine. The man walked out onto the porch, just standing there, watching me. I didn't look back. I just floored it, speeding down that awful dirt road. My heart was racing, and my hands were slippery on the wheel. When I finally reached the gas station, I pulled in and parked. I sat there, breathing hard, trying to calm down. What the hell was that? I muttered to myself. Then I noticed something on the passenger seat. I swear it hadn't been there before. It was a folded piece of paper. My hands shook as I picked it up and opened it. It said, "See you again soon, Jake." I froze. How did he know my name? The gas station lights flickered. I looked up and screamed.